Hi, this is John from Remodeling Wizards of Maryland. I'm here today to answer another question. And this question comes from Jenny W. And the question is, I can see mildew in my bathroom, on the ceilings, and on the windowsill. I want to repaint the bathroom to get rid of the mildew. What type of paint should I use? Well, Jenny, that's a great question. And let me start by saying the best way to get rid of the mildew is to add ventilation to your bathroom. Because what's happening is when you take a shower, use a lot of water in the bathroom, moisture is getting trapped in the room and it's starting to build up. And because of the moisture, it's allowing the mold or fungi and mildew spores to actually grow in damp areas in your bathroom. So the first thing I would say is get an exhaust fan. Now I notice you have a window in the bathroom, and a lot of people say to me, "Well, a window is there in order for ventilation." Well, unless you leave that window open every time you take a shower, and most people don't do that, and particularly in the wintertime, what happens is it doesn't work at all. So I would always recommend, even if you have a window in the bathroom, to go ahead and get an exhaust fan that will help clear out the moisture. And there's some uh, guidelines on how to get an exhaust fan, and I can deal with that in another video. So let's get back to the paint. So assume we got the exhaust fan in. Now, what type of paint do you want to use in your bathroom? Well, there's three types of paint that you should use: either a semi-gloss, a glossy or semi-gloss. Typically, people go with the semi-gloss. The glossy is just too shiny. A satin finish or an eggshell finish. Some people, when they hear the word eggshell, they think that's the color. Eggshell might be a color, but we're talking about the finish. It's an eggshell finish. Now, semi-gloss is very popular, especially in the past, because it was the best way to help put a hard shell of paint on your walls and keep moisture from penetrating it. And the thing about paint is the shinier it is, the, uh, the less likely that moisture is to penetrate and get into the drywall and cause mold spores and things like that. Now, the issue with the semi-gloss paint is it's very shiny, even though it's semi-gloss. We use it usually on wood, like on the windowsill. I 100% would recommend going with semi-gloss. But on the walls, if it's too shiny, you'll see every little imperfection in the wall. It's very hard to touch up. So if you touch up one little spot, you'll end up having to paint the whole wall because you'll see the difference in the sheen where you touch it up. Next option would be to get a satin paint. Satin is less glossy, so it doesn't have as much shine, and it's very good for moisture protection. So that's an ideal paint to use, would be the satin paint. The third one is the eggshell finish. Many times I recommend using the eggshell over the satin, even though the eggshell is very durable and it is moisture resistant, not as moisture resistant, let's say, as the semi-gloss, as the higher gloss products. But the reason why I would use the eggshell is because eggshell is a very good paint in a bathroom situation, and it is especially good because it has the lower gloss, so the lower sheen, so that if you have an older bathroom, you have a lot of imperfections in the drywall, where the drywall is not perfectly smooth, it will hide some of that. You won't be able to see it. That's one of the reasons why people use flat paint in other parts of the house, because because it doesn't have a shiny gloss on it, it hides imperfections. So the eggshell is also a very good choice. So out of the three, I said I would use the semi-gloss in the wood. I would consider using the satin in the bathroom, but I also would consider the eggshell, especially if it's an older bathroom and you do have some imperfections in the drywall. But just make sure, in particular, if you get the eggshell, that you buy an eggshell that is meant for bathrooms. So when you go to the paint store, check and see, is this a product that's actually specifically made for a bathroom, because you do want something that's moisture resistant. So I hope that gives you good information, Jenny, and good luck with the bathroom. But remember to start by getting a good exhaust fan. Thank you.